since the beginning of the month, we were learning how to run so that we will be ready to jump. What do we have learned since the beginning of the month? I mean, the month of Ramadan. We should learn how to bear hunger. We should learn how to be patient. We should learn how to be generous. We should learn something since the beginning of the month of Ramadan. If we learn, if already learn how to run, then we are ready to jump. What happened is that Prophet ﷺ gave us two different hadiths. The first one, he said, Man qama Ramadan. He said, he who stand up the night of Ramadan, imanan, believing in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, wahtisaban, expecting reward from him, ghufira lahu ma taqaddama min dhanbi. That this one is for Ramadan. And the second one, he said, man qama laylatul qadr. Just one night is equal to that. But well, the problem is, you cannot jump if you don't know how to run. That is logical. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made the month mainly of two parts. Scholars will say the beginning is mercy and the middle is forgiveness and the last of it is freeing from blazing fire. But mainly if you look at these two hadiths, you see that mainly the month of Ramadan is only of two parts. The part that you just fasting as normal. And the last part is when you have to boost everything. كان النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم إذا دخل العشر الأواخر شد مئزره أحيا ليله وأيقظ أهله. So Prophet ﷺ only double everything, every action, starting from the last 10th of Ramadan. In it, you have all the bonus. The rest of the thing is inside that last 10 days. But again, as I say, if you don't know how to run, it's difficult to jump. Hadith of Ibn Abbas قال كان رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم أجود الناس. هذا في رمضان وفي غير رمضان. رسول الله أجود الناس. هذا طبع وضعه الله عليه لا يمكن أن تجاريه في ذلك أبدا. أجود الناس. Can you just come forward, please, to give the others the space to sit, please. فلا يمكن أن يجاريه أحد من مخلوقات الله على ذلك. Something happened is that وكان أجود ما يكون في شهر رمضان. Then Ramadan is got that speciality that you have to do something special. وكان أجود ما يكون في شهر رمضان حين يلقاه الجبريل فيعارضه القرآن أو فيدارسه القرآن. لرسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم أجود بالخير من الريح المرسلة. So that is the meaning of it. Prophet ﷺ was the most generous That is in Ramadan or outside Ramadan. No one is more generous than the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Is out of imagination. You come to him, he give you what is between the mountains. But what happened? Because Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he is the one who knows best the right time to do the right thing. He is the one who knows the best. So he multiplied his generosity inside Ramadan. When Ramadan comes, he multiplied his generosity. وكان أجود ما يكون في شهر رمضان حين يلقاه جبريل. And he is even more generous in the months of Ramadan when he met his brother Jibril. What are we trying to say is that, sometimes we look something that is already in our possession and we go around trying to find it. If you follow the footsteps of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, you just enter paradise so easily. If you don't know how to give 5 pounds, 10 pounds during the rest days of the year, and all of a sudden you just want to enter into these months of Ramadan and you start giving hundreds, it hurts. It hurts. It's difficult because you're not used to that. It's difficult. You cannot jump if you don't know how to run. You have to learn everything bit by bit. Be generous within what is in your capacity. Worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala during the rest of the days. Normally, when Ramadan comes, you'll be able to boast. This is the meaning of it. And then, these last 10 days of Ramadan, they're very important. It is really, really important that you keep these last 10 days. Why? Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has placed something in it that is not in any other night. We call it laylatul qadr. The night of power. Or the night of destiny. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said I read this, the beginning of Surah Al-Dukhan to tell you why this night is important. Not only because there is more than 1,000 months. It's not only that. Allah said, فِيهَا يُفْرَقُ كُلُّ أَمْرٍ حَكِيمٍ. Al-Ibram. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala في هذه الليلة الواحدة يبرم يعقد كل ما يحدث في السنة المقبلة من أرزاق من أرواح تذهب ومن أناس جدد يأتي في الدنيا أمور كثيرة جدا الله سبحانه وتعالى يبرم في ليلة واحدة لذلك قال فيها يفرق كل أمر حكيم والأمر بيد الله ألا له الخلق والأمر الأمر بيد الله سبحانه وتعالى. The importance of the night is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will decree what is going to happen in the next year. This is one of the things that makes this night very important. So what should you do? What should you do? You should leave it. Asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala not only for yourself, but for the rest of the community of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That may it be a good year for us. Allah decree all the great issues in this night, issues that they are from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and the issue is only in the hand of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. No one knows. Some people were here last Ramadan, this Ramadan they're not here. So this is how it happens. All of that is already written, is going to be written in next few days. And that is the importance of the night itself. Scholars dispute about whereabouts of this night. What happened is that it will make us to jump to another point, which is Prophet ﷺ came once to tell the community exactly the night of laylatul qadr. What happened? Two persons were arguing. You see, that argument is only two persons. Because of that argument, we no longer know exactly, no one exactly where is the net of power. So, but not to miss it, there is two hadith. All these hadith, they're very sound. The first one, he said, التمسوها في العشر الأواخر. Then seek it in the last 10 days of Ramadan. That is the first hadith. And the second hadith, he said, التمسوها في العشر في الأوتار, which is the odd numbers, 21, 23rd, 21st, 23rd, 25th, 27th, and 29th. Numbers that you cannot divide into two. He said, seek it in those days. What we do is that we try very hard to know what day exactly the night of power is, so that we can revive only that single night. That is not the right way of following the footsteps of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He made it last 10 days. Just take the whole 10 days. For sure you will miss it. Allah's things are in His hand alone. If He put it in the 21, who can say that it's supposed to be in 27th? That is one. Do we know exactly that sallallahu alaihi wasallam, if he was able to give, which day would it be? It could be at the 21st. It could be 23rd. But he didn't. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala hid it from us. Yes, we can take the last 10 days. Can you come forward, please, guys, because you still have people behind standing. So that's the wisdom, let's say. The wisdom behind not knowing exactly what day is the night of power. But let's do the whole month, the last 10 days, we increase our activities. Then, two persons, only because of two persons, we lost that gift. So, what does telling you? What do you understand about it? The same thing is still happening. Simply, when you're fasting, someone wants to cause problem to you, you have to tell them that I'm fasting. You don't have to go into that argument and dispute. It makes the whole community lose one big gift. What do you think of yourself then? We lost everything. We lost very big thing because of that, but you will lose yourself as well. That's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in Hadith al-Qudsi, if someone إذا كان صوم يوم أحدكم فلم يرفث ولم يفسق, or he said, if someone curse you or swear on you or do something, whatever is bad, and you're fasting, you have to say, I'm fasting. And then you will keep the gift that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give to you, which is the fasting being His. This is what He said. He said, the fasting is mine, and I alone will reward it. That is what we know about fasting. So to let intruder or something come and spoil it for you, that is great, it's dangerous. And the hadith also shows that it can just go like that. It can just go like that. Because of two persons having argument to make us to lose, to know the right night of laylatul qadr. It's so easy. It's so easy. It goes just like that. So you can be fasting and your fast turn into just, hungering yourself and, thirsting yourself. أقول قولي هذا واستغفر الله لي فاستغفروه إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. الحمد لله الذي يقبل التوبة عن عباده ويعفو عن السيئات ويعلم ما تفعلون ويستجيب الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات ويزيدهم من فضله والكافرون لهم عذاب شديد. قالت السيدة عائشة رضي الله عنها: يا رسول الله إن وافقت ليلة القدر ما أدعو؟ قال: اللهم إنك عفو تحب العفو فاعف عني. Sayyidah Aisha, the mother of believers, asked her husband, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, what to say if I meet the night of power. He said, Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, say, "O Allah, you are the pardoner. Love pardoning, pardon me." Al-af في الحديث شيء عجيب. كشف لنا النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم أن الله يحب العفو. كلمة حب هنا هذا كشف من الغيب. قد نظن أننا إذا أخطأنا سيعاقبنا الله لأن هذا مراده. لا، ليس الأمر كذلك. كلمة حب هنا يكشف أن الله فعلا يحب أن يعفو عن عبده. وكلمة العفو عند لغة العرب أعلى درجة من المغفرة والتوبة ومن كل شيء. أعلى درجة. لماذا؟ لأن العفو لغة إزالة الشيء بدون إبقاء أثر. لذلك لما تقولون عفى عليها الزمان، ما معنى عفى عليها الزمان؟ بمعنى ذهب وانمحى، يعني لم يبق له أثر. فهذا هو معنى العفو. العفو هو إزالة الشيء مع أثره، يعني دون إبقاء أثر. اللهم إنك عفو تحب العفو. وتحب العفو هذا درس لنا نحن. لماذا؟ لأن الله سبحانه وتعالى إذا كان يحب العفو فلماذا نحن أيضا لا نحب العفو؟ علينا أن نحب العفو نحن أيضا. والمعنى الثاني إذا كان الله يعفو فلماذا نحن لا نعفو؟ إذا أردنا أن يعفو الله عنا فلماذا نحن لا نعفو عن الآخرين؟ هذا هو المعنى. حديث قصير ولكن من جوامع الكلم. بما أننا دخلنا في العشر الأواخر ونرجو من الله العفو علينا أن نتصالح. إذا كان بينك وبين أخيك ضغينة أو شحناء أو أي شيء حاولوا أن تتصالحوا، وإلا ما دخلتما في حب الله للعفو عفوه عنكم، ما دخلتم فيه. The hadith is very short, but it's one of the consensus or Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had given Prophet ﷺ something, is that he will say few words and it contains great meaning. And this hadith is one of them. إِنَّكَ عَفُوٌّ تُحِبُّ الْعَفْوَ. The word al-afu in Arabic language, the meaning of it is to remove something without a trace, without a sign of it. So it's the uppermost level of maghfirah and tawbah and everything. When you say to Allah, pardon me, it technically means that if that dua is accepted, you've already reborn. That's the meaning of it. Pardon. And then in the hadith, he said, you love pardoning. That word tells us that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is actually in the state whereby he wants the slaves to come back to him, because he loves pardoning them. It's not a God that you can attribute to say that he wants to punish, because when you read the Quran, you see that the words of punishment, but if you read them carefully, you see that they come before mercy. After mercy, they will come, because sometimes you cannot just be, you have to tell people exactly this is going to happen. But in all of it, Allah loves pardoning. Wallahu yuhibbul muhsin wala afina 'anil nasi wallahu yuhibbul muhsinin. Allah loves pardoning. So if we know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves pardoning, that opens another gate, which is, it's not only that he loves pardoning. No, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling you that he loves pardoning so that you also can love pardoning people. That you have to embody that attribute of afu. And you have to love it. It's not like that you forgive your brother, something happened between you, one day, and then you say, yes, I forgot about it. And all of the time you just keep sitting talking about it. That's not afu. Afu means to pardon without leaving that trace in your heart. This is the meaning of it. And then if you want Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to pardon you, you have to pardon your brothers. This month of Ramadan is not like that, working only for yourself. No, it's not like that. We work for one another. Ask Allah forgiveness for me and for you. You ask the same, do the same thing. This is how we work as a team. That's why we have the Taraweeh. Other than Ramadan, there's no Taraweeh. Taraweeh is only in Ramadan, so that we can come together more. Not only Fridays. Work together. So, Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, he used the word al-afu, which is the uppermost forgiveness from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and he's also teaching us to embody that so that we can forgive one another, we can pardon one another, and then we will merit the pardoning of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The last 10 days of the month, today is 23rd, let us leave it all together. You see, generosity is one of the greatest things that not everyone can do. And we should learn it. It's very important to learn how to be generous. Prophet ﷺ in Ramadan, he is even more generous. This is what he said. He didn't tell us that he will do the whole night standing. They say generous. That's what he said. They used the word generous in the hadith to show that actually feeding people, giving poor people, taking care of your kins, visiting your parents, and be in touch with your brothers is something great. One point needs to be made, which is this is night of power coming, at least, as we believe. If that night comes and you have people with excuses, what should they do? You might have one of the sisters who cannot enter the mosque, and it's a night of power. You might have someone who is very ill on the bed. You might have someone who can't even do the prayers. You might even have someone who is not even fasting because he can't do it out of one of his excuses. Here comes the intention to be something very powerful. The intention here is very powerful. The other thing is that try to do whatever you can do. If you can fast, you feed people. If you're feeding people until the last 10 days, try to double it. The rest will be feeding people, and the other one will be just a charity for you. So try to do something that you will live that night. Whatever you can do, you know what is in your capacity, just try to do something so that everyone will win. اللهم إنك عفو تحب العفو فاعف عنا اللهم إنك عفو تحب العفو فاعف عنا اللهم إنك عفو كريم تحب العفو فاعف عنا اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم وبارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد وارض اللهم عن الخلفاء الراشدين أبي بكر وعمر وعثمان وعلي وسائر الصحابة خصوصا المهاجرين والأنصار اللهم انصرنا وانصر من نصر الدين واخذل من خذل المسلمين يا رب العالمين. عباد الله إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون وقوموا إلى صلاتكم يرحمكم الله.